I realized that the clown I saw in the park wasn't friendly. Before I get into what happened, sorry for the storytelling. I've never been great at writing descriptively, and I'm honestly still at a loss for words. But that being said, last night, my friends and I went to the movies in hopes of watching The Joker 2. We hadn't bought the tickets online, and unfortunately, we got there just after the doors closed. But because we were already there, we decided to see what else was playing within the hour and decided on the Terrifier 3. None of us had heard of the Terrifier before, but it sounded interesting enough. However, soon after the movie started, I immediately felt my stomach drop. About 5 months ago, I went on a run at a park I had never been to before. My aunt told me about how it had a great trail, and because it was finally getting warm out, I decided to go even though it was out of the way from where I live. To set the scene of this park, there was a big clearing where there were picnic benches, gazebos, and a playground. However, it was surrounded by a big forest, which was where the trail was. About 15 minutes into my run, my headphones' battery died, so I paused to put them away in my pouch. As I was opening my bag, I saw something out of the corner of my eye and looked into the trees to see a clown standing next to his car with a whole thing of balloons. The scene immediately scared the absolute shit out of me, as I've always been a huge true crime junkie, and I turned around and ran back to the clearing and eventually the parking lot. I cannot even begin to describe how psyched out I was. It literally felt like my heart was going to tear through my chest. But when I was sitting in my car, I noticed that there was a big group of young kids in the gazebo who were clearly having a birthday party, and I never felt dumber, more relieved. It was obvious that the clown was meant for the party, what with his balloons. I laughed at myself even though I still felt on edge, and drove back home. I had forgotten about the incident up until last night, but when I saw the clown in the movie's costume, I immediately felt sick. The man I saw in the forest was wearing the same exact costume. I don't know for sure whether this character's costume is unique to the movie or not, but after trying to look up similar clown costumes, I'm fairly certain it is. Everything was the same, even down to the stupid hat headband. I'm freaked the fuck out and don't know what any of it means. If I really did come across some guy dressed as a fictional clown killer, why were they wearing it, and why in the empty part of an old park? A big part of me hopes that it was some sort of twisted prank, but if so, why wouldn't he go somewhere where he knew people would see him? And after watching the movie, I wouldn't be surprised if there were sick fucks out there who idolized him in a morbid way.